Here's a wild one. Compared to 2020, gun sales in America didn't just dip. They fell off a cliff. We're talking 15.3 million firearms sold in 2024. That's way down from the insane 21.8 million peak back in 2020. So what does that mean in the real world? It means a lot of gun store shelves are so packed that inventory is basically stuck in place. Today we're looking at 15 specific guns dealers are almost begging folks to take home. We've got big name whiffs, overhyped oddballs, and some look perfect on paper designs that just didn't survive real life. And the number one gun on this list? It's been quietly rotting in stores for almost 5 years. Let's get into it. Disclaimer. This is for education and entertainment only. We're not here to clown on anyone who owns any of these. Always handle firearms safely. Follow your local rules and range policies. We're just talking market behavior. That's it. Let's start the list. Number 15, Springfield Armory XDE. This one felt strange from day one. The Springfield Armory XDE was a slim, single-stack 9mm with a hammer-fired DASA setup. So yeah, they brought an old-school vibe back, right when everybody wanted striker-fired carry guns. It launched in 2017. The idea was simple, for folks who like hammers and decockers. The problem? Most buyers just didn't care. Springfield killed it by late 2021, less than 4 years on the market. And honestly, the timing was brutal, because the moment SIG dropped the P365, the whole concealed carry world changed overnight. Tiny gun, double-digit capacity, game over. The XDE was bigger than a lot of competitors, but carried fewer rounds. Most reviews said it shot fine, but it felt like showing up to the barbecue 3 hours late, when everyone's already packing up chairs. And if you wanted a DASA subcompact, most folks went Beretta, SIG, or CZ'd. Springfield moved on to more modern stuff later, like the Echelon Striker pistol. If you see a brand new XDE in a shop today, it's probably been sitting there a long, long time. Number 14, Smith & Wesson M and P12. Even the big dogs trip sometimes, and the Smith & Wesson M and P12 bullpup shotgun proves it. This 12-gauge pump hit in 2021, and the hype was huge. On paper, it sounded awesome. 14+1 rounds, compact home defense footprint, but real life hit different. Within months, Smith & Wesson recalled every unit made before October 15, 2021. Reason? Cracked barrels. Then you had users saying the design felt overcomplicated, heavy, and picky about feeding. It's almost 9 pounds empty, and the MSRP floated around $1,100. A lot of buyers looked at that and said, no thanks. By 2023, dealers were sweating. Used ones were showing up under $900. Discounts were everywhere. The recall plus bad word of mouth crushed demand, and it sure looks like they made more than the market actually wanted. Some accounts say these were sitting around 177 days on average. Number 13, Beretta APX. Beretta is legendary for the 92 series, but their modern striker-fired swing, it never turned into a win. The Beretta APX entered the crowded polymer 9mm world around 2017, and performance-wise it's solid, but it didn't bring anything exciting enough to pull people off Glock or SIG. Before long, brand new units were dipping under $400. That's Beretta trying hard to get attention. Looks didn't help either. Those big slide serrations had people joking it looked like a Toblerone bar. More importantly, nothing about it felt like a must-have. Beretta kept it around, but it basically became a budget option. A reminder that even a famous name doesn't guarantee sales in today's handgun market. Number 12, Mossberg MC1SC. This was a bold move in 2019. The Mossberg MC1SC was their first handgun in literally 100 years. At first, folks were curious. Some reviews were positive. Slim design, decent feel. Then the micro-compact wave took over. 2021 and 2022 became the era of higher capacity in the same size. Mossberg quietly discontinued it by early 2024. Most likely reason? Sales didn't meet expectations. Breaking into the concealed carry pistol space is brutal, and a lot of consumers just never gave Mossberg a real shot in handguns. So unsold units sat on shelves, often marked down hard. just to make them disappear. Mossberg learned the tough lesson. A century of shotgun and rifle reputation does not automatically translate to handgun success. Number 11. Walther CCP. This one hasn't exactly been sprinting out the door. The Walther CCP uses a gas-delayed blowback system. The idea is to soften recoil in a slim 9mm package. Sounds great. But timing and execution hurt it. Early models had problems, and the design had quirks that annoyed shooters. Big one? That heavy, long trigger pull. A lot of folks hated it. Walther improved things with the M2 version, but by then the market had already moved forward. In a world of 10+1 microguns, a single-stack 8+1 pistol didn't light people up. It's also bigger than competitors like the Shield, yet holds fewer rounds. Dealers often say these just don't get much love. Some retailers stop stocking it because it moves so slowly. Number 10. FN 503. Even industry giants miss the mark. And FN America's 503 is a clean example of being outpaced. This slim single-stack 9mm came out in 2020 for concealed carry. But by 2020, the market had already shifted. Capacity was the new baseline. So when the 503 hit shelves with 6+1, people were grabbing guns like the Hellcat with 11+1. FN priced it around $500 at first. Fewer rounds, no obvious advantage. It didn't take long before FN quietly discontinued it. And yeah, online chatter got ugly. Some folks said shops had them everywhere and couldn't sell them. Dealers were clearing them out as low as around $299 in some cases. FN pivoted to the Reflex Micro 9. Higher capacity, new chapter. It's a cautionary tale. A big name can't save a badly timed product. Quick pause. If you're enjoying this breakdown, tap like, hit subscribe. It helps us reach more good people like you. All right, back to it. Number 9. Colt AR-15 Sporter Rifles. You'd think these would always move, right? But in the late 2010s, the market got flooded with AR rifles from everybody. And I mean everybody. So much so that Colt, the original AR-15 maker, temporarily stopped selling them to civilians in 2019. The CEO basically said the market had excess manufacturing capacity. Translation? Too many AR rifles, not enough buyers. Standard models like the LE6920 sat around, because consumers had endless, cheaper or more feature-rich options. For over a year, Colt AR rifles mostly vanished from shelves. Stores that had them often discounted them, or bundled accessories. Anything to get them moving. Even an iconic roll mark can't fight a flooded market. Number 8. Remington RP9 and RP45. This was Remington trying to crack the striker-fired pistol space, and it turned into a mess. The Remington RP9 launched around 2017 with big hopes. Then problems showed up fast. Reviews cited feeding issues, bad trigger feel, magazines that didn't always seat right, or wouldn't eject clean. Sales were so slow that within a year, retailers were slashing prices. Brand new guns hit $249 and still sat there. Remington's bankruptcy in 2020 sealed it. The RP series quietly disappeared. And honestly, the market didn't exactly mourn it. By that point, Remington was fighting quality control issues across the board. You'll still see these sometimes, new in box at gun shows, and some have literally been sitting for years. Number 7. Remington 870DM Detachable Mag Shotgun. Another Remington stumble. The 870DM tried modernizing the legendary 870 pump by giving it a detachable box magazine. It dropped in late 2017. People were intrigued at first, but execution was rough, and one problem killed it fast. Remington didn't make enough spare magazines available, so customers bought the shotgun, then couldn't find extra mags anywhere. By mid-2019, stores were clearing them out. One commentator even mentioned a deal around $29 after rebate. That's crazy for a new Remington shotgun. Then the 2020 collapse finished it off. Shops that stocked up in 2018 ended up stuck, because the platform basically became orphaned. Number 6. 40 Smith & Wesson pistols. This isn't one gun. It's a whole category collecting dust. Handguns chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson were everywhere a decade ago. Fast forward to the mid-2020s, and the caliber fell out of favor, hard. A lot of police agencies went back to 9mm. Civilian buyers followed the same trend. One shop manager even ran a holiday sale, 15% off every .40 caliber pistol, and straight up admitted why. Nobody wanted them. Most customers picked 9mm for higher capacity and softer recoil, or they jumped to .45 ACP for the bigger projectile. So those .40 caliber Glocks and Smith and Wesson M and P pistols, they often sit for months. Number 5. CZ Scorpion 3 Plus Pistols. This series was a monster hit in the mid-2010s. Lately, though, the CZ Scorpion has taken hits from legal and market shifts. In 2023, the ATF rule reclassifying pistol braces as NFA items threw a wrench into the whole braced pistol world. Dealers suddenly couldn't sell braced pistols the same way, and buyers got hesitant. CZ USA started offering $100 rebates on new models in 2023. That's a clear signal they were trying to juice sales. Even now, with braces potentially coming back in some form, the damage is real. The market got saturated, and people got cautious. Dealers holding inventory from 2022 watched it sit through 2023. Number 4. Sako S20. Not every shelf sitter is cheap. The Sako S20 bolt-action rifle showed up around 2020. It was pitched as a hybrid, hunting plus precision shooting. Price tag was heavy, often $1,600 and up. But in the United States, the market reaction was ice cold. By 2023, shooters on forums were saying it was getting discontinued due to poor sales. It tried to be a jack of all trades, and ended up not being the best at either. Pretty heavy for a hunting rifle, but not the dedicated PRS-style rifle competitors want. Traditional Sako fans didn't love the modern stock and look, and new buyers saw the price, then looked at Ruger and Bergara options for way less. Reports of brand new units sitting 300-plus days were common. Number 3, Bushmaster ACR. This one is almost famous for how hard it flopped. Bushmaster released the ACR to civilians in 2010. It was supposed to be the next big modular rifle. Then the pricing hit. Bushmaster set an MSRP around $2,600 to $3,000, roughly double what people thought they were getting. Then came a recall. Some units could accidentally fire full auto. Civilian sales stalled almost immediately. By 2013, the U.S. military had passed on adopting any variant. It hung around in catalogs for a while, then faded out. Bushmaster's parent company went bankrupt in 2020, and that was that. Dealers reported many sitting over 365 days unsold. Perfect example of missing the market's sweet spot. Number 2, Springfield Armory Saint Edge EVAC. Springfield had wins with the Saint line, but this variant, swing and miss. The Saint Edge EVAC was a super compact 5.56 pistol introduced around 2020. It came with a folding SB tactical brace. No doubt it was cool, but the price was around $1,700 to $1,800, and the use case was extremely niche. Then the brace drama hit, and products like this lived in legal limbo. Springfield discontinued it around 2021 to 2022 due to low demand. Looks like they only made limited batches. Classic case of an ultra-niche product in a market that wasn't feeling it. Most folks either bought a more basic AR pistol or went the SBR route. Even solid companies can overestimate demand for a tricked-out toy. Number 1, Remington R51, top spot. And yeah, this name is basically a punchline in gun circles. Announced in 2014, the Remington R51 had massive hype. It was supposed to be the big comeback handgun. Then people actually shot it, and it went downhill fast. Early units were plagued with reliability issues, failures to feed, jams, and there were even reports of out-of-battery detonations. Remington recalled the entire first batch in 2014. Production stopped. They tried again with a Gen 2 version in 2016, but by then the reputation was cooked. Remington quietly discontinued it by 2018. Now here's the part that says everything. In 2023, an author reported buying a brand new one for under $200 from a store. A pistol launched in 2014, still available new almost a decade later, basically on clearance. Some units were so unwanted they sat in warehouses through multiple ownership changes. This pistol is the poster child for unsellable. It rotted on shelves longer than maybe any modern firearm, and that's why it earns the #1 spot on this unfortunate list. So there you go. 15 guns sitting on store shelves, sometimes for years. If anything, this shows how unpredictable the firearms market can be. Have you seen any of these just sitting at your local shop? Drop your experience in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the Armory. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and happy shooting.